They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen. We're the farmers and...
This is our kitchen.
It is our kitchen.
That's right.
Look back there. We got too much stuff. One of these days we're going to clean it up. You know what? We look around and we see what we have, and that's how we determine what we're going to have for dinner.
That's right.
Supper, breakfast, whatever that may be. One thing that we have a lot of right now is pears.
We do.
We have fought the squirrels, the crows, the deer, the raccoons, the possums.
You're sharing with them a little.
I'm trying
You don't want to, but yeah.
The ones that hit the ground we put in a box.
I do.
She had this bright idea, and it was really bright, to take these pears and put them in a box. They think if they're in a box
They're stealing
that
them.
they're ours and they're stealing them.
They
That,
are.
that was the best
They're
idea
crazy.
you've ever had.
I just throw them in there and they,
So they get in
sneak
the
them
box
out.
and they look at you and they take our pears.
They do.
You can have those.
That's right.
Another thing that happened recently is we ran out of bacon.
That's right.
So I went to Lancaster, got us a side of bacon. We're going to fix that up tonight. We're going to do a 7-day cure. We've already done that on the show, so we're not going to burden you too much with that. But homemade bacon, describe it if you can.
Sweet, candy, wonderful, delicious. I can't even describe it. Doesn't even taste right.
It's not store-bought bacon.
Right.
I don't know why, and I don't know if it's this way with you too, but some brands, a lot of brands of store-bought bacon, I don't know why. I could blame it on this, that, or the other, but something really gives me indigestion.
Me too.
Same
Affects
thing with
me,
you?
Right, same.
When we make our own out of simply brown sugar, real maple syrup, no chemicals, just maple syrup, which is basically one ingredient, as you know, which is tree sap
Right.
and kosher salt. You can put some pepper in it. You can put a little cayenne in it. We're going to do a little black pepper, maybe a little red, but we're going to make this. But sometimes you gotta have bacon. So we're going to show you something we came up with the other day. I was sitting around thinking about, I was just sitting there thinking, I had like 26 cups of coffee, and I thought, okay, what do I want for breakfast? What do you like? I mean, all the time.
I like English muffins.
She's crazy for English muffins, and there are places, fast food restaurants, we can't say them on TV,
That's right.
that make a lot of sandwiches made out of.
English muffins.
So we thought, we could do that. And that's one of the things about our show. What you can buy out there, you can make in your house, and usually it's better.
And easy. Always easy.
So I went on a quest and I pictured this bacon sandwich, which we're going to make tonight, and it is absolutely wonderful. But first, our pears, which we referenced earlier.
Right.
We tried this reduction. It's an old-fashioned recipe. There's a little bit involved, and you can buy pears anywhere. But Ms. Farmer, let's go ahead and get that started,
All right.
if you will. Being it's just us.
Just us.
Just get some of the better ones. This is an old pear tree that came with this farm when we were here, and it bears almost every year unless the frost gets us. And so it is a very wonderful producer, nice, sweet little pears. And we wanted something to make kind of a reduction and a syrup. And I saw this years ago at a get-together. It's a very fancy schmancy place we went. And they had these pears on ice cream.
We need ice cream then, don't we?
So we haven't even named this, but go ahead, Ms. Farmer.
All right, well, we're going to start. Let's get our sauce going that we're going to put it in. This is a cup of red wine.
Can't go wrong there.
Put that in.
A la Raoul.
That's
Everything
right.
started with a cup of red wine.
Cup of sugar.
Cup of sugar.
That's what makes it good. We're just going to get that sugar to melt. But I'm also, once the sugar melts, we're going to put some zest of a lemon, and I'm going to throw in a cinnamon stick.
So right there, you can imagine what we're going to have when that reduction comes together. And there's apples included in this as well.
That's right.
And pecans. The end result is kind of a beautiful thing. Now, one more thing that we're going to do today, which is not as hard as it used to be, is to make homemade ice cream. You remember cranking? The kids got, if you want some ice cream, you're going to have to sit there and crank.
Yeah.
And so we'd crank, and we'd crank, and we'd crank. By the time it was time for the ice cream. You didn't even want any because you're cranked out.
That's right. But you can buy ice cream makers now pretty, just little easy, $20, $30. All right, we're gonna get this. And while this is getting ready, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just peel these pears.
Okay.
And like I said, you could line as many as you want in there. As I just peel each of these, I'm gonna leave the top there on. I'm gonna take a knife and just make a straight edge. Just so it'll set in there good.
Set it beautifully
Yes.
on the bottom.
Right.
And while she's doing that, I'm gonna take this, and try not to splash it all over the place. I'm gonna take these equal parts of brown sugar, kosher salt, and real 100% maple syrup. And this is gonna make kind of a pasty little wonderful solution that we will apply all over this beautiful side of bacon. Where are we at, Ms.
All right,
Farmer?
I'm just gonna go, and like I said, we could load this with pears. These are actually just gonna steam in here for about 45 minutes to an hour. That's it. I might baste them once or twice. My
With the
lid.
top on?
Yep, top on. Okay, you notice I got another pan out.
I do.
I got 2 tablespoons of butter in here. And this is something that we're gonna make, and we're just gonna let it set aside. And we're gonna add, after the butter melts, we've got a 1/4 cup of sugar here.
How far do you set it aside when you set it aside?
I will set it way behind us. How's that?
Like 18 feet?
Yeah, 18 feet will be good. But what I'm also going to do, I'm going to take 4 apples and
Gotcha.
I'm going to core them and chop them and slice them up. And we're going to let that cook in butter and sugar. And just, that's going to be the base.
Butter and sugar.
I know, how bad can that be? That the pears are going to set on. So we're going to get those going for a few minutes, set it in the back until we're ready to eat.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and melt my butter.
I can deal with that.
You can deal with that? And I'm going to cut some apples.
All right, while you're doing that, this is now adequately mixed, and here's what we've got here. Okay, now if you want, and I've always got some Cherry pepper. Freshly ground Cherry pepper. Now, if you can't find that in your local store, you should be able to find that online. Just look Cherry pepper, T-E-L-L-I-C-H-E-R-R-Y, pepper, my favorite pepper. And so what we're gonna do, now that we're down to this point, is simply take this, spread it evenly on either side. Now take the back side, the fat side, skin side. Leave it open in the refrigerator. Turn it every day. At the end of that 7th day, a lot of people would take that out and rinse that. Then you put it in the smoker. I do not rinse it off because this becomes a liquid. I'll let it drip dry and I put it on about 220 degrees until I get 160. Once I reach 160 in the smoker, I take it out and then we cut it into whatever size pieces we have. We freeze that. We put it in freezer bags or freezer paper. And then when we need bacon, we grab that package. But first, Mrs. Farmer has to get our English muffins going because I'm starving. I'm starving this time. Are you starving?
I'm
too?
always starving.
Okay,
I'm
we're
beyond
both
starving. And this is simple too. This is very little ingredients. Right, I have 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put a whole package of yeast in here, the quick rapid yeast. And we're gonna pour, I have my yeast, my sugar, and I've added about a cup of warm water. I'm just gonna stir this yeast up. We're gonna give it a few minutes. You can get up to about 5 minutes if you want, but we don't need that long. Just to let it kind of work its way in there. In this bowl, while I'm waiting, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour and a teaspoon of salt. And that's it. All right, this has sat a few minutes.
All right.
We're gonna go ahead and just pour this in. And at first it's gonna be a little dry. I have a little bit more water here. Just gonna mix it up a little bit. See how this is still kind of dry, but I'm gonna mix it. I got another half cup of water here. Because we're gonna want this to actually get, let me give you that if you take it away, kind of gooey like that bread we made before. We want it gooey.
Gooey.
Yeah, we want it gooey. And I like this too because you don't do a whole lot with it. I don't have to get my hands in there. I don't have to get dirty.
I wonder if gooey's in the dictionary.
It's a name for me. I like gooey. Okay, see how that's kind of sticky?
I thought it was gooey.
Gooey, I'm sorry, gooey and sticky. That's what we want. I'm just gonna cover this.
So that's it. I mean, you don't have to, you're not working it that much.
Nope, we're gonna cover this and let it sit for an hour.
All right. So where are we at here?
So I have some dough that's already sat for a little over an hour.
Okay.
And this is what it does.
That's what it looks like.
I have covered it with a little piece of wrap here. You can throw that out. See how sticky it still is?
So it's kind of sticky.
Yeah, same like the bread we had done before, that's sticky.
Gotcha.
Got me some all-purpose flour here and some paper, and I'm just gonna let this come out of here. And I got my little fancy tool here. You can use a spatula if you wanted. I'm gonna kind of just move this around the flour a little bit. Now, see how it's kind of sticky? So it's not something, I'm just gonna roll it out with my hands here a little bit. I'm just going to cut. How many do you want to make out of this?
And remember, thicker is better on this for what we're trying to do because we're going to make a sandwich out of it. And what you don't use, you can freeze.
That's right. And that's cornmeal. You know how English muffins have cornmeal?
Yep. So we've got our apples cooked up here. We're going to take some pecans.
I got some pecans in the chopper.
The magic chopper.
Let's just stir those in the apples.
You want to reheat those or just let them
They're
be?
okay. We're going to let them sit, and we're going to set this aside for later to pour on our ice cream.
So we've got our English muffins over there, rising nicely.
And did you see how nice they're shaped? Kelly did that.
Beautiful. Those are naturally hand-shaped.
Perfect.
A la Kelly.
And I'm going to cover those while we sit and do everything else. They'll just sit here and get big.
All right.
Okay, let's check these. Look how nice they're doing. In fact, we could turn them down a little, I think, but I'm going to go ahead and baste them. If they get done early, we'll just set them aside. Ooh.
Now think about this. Your pears, gosh, I love pears.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love pears. And these are, the pears that we grow are so soft and sweet. They're like candy.
Yes, they are. And they're getting there. You can
Getting
kind of
soft.
just tell by hitting them. I say we let them go a little longer.
Raul would love this recipe.
Beautiful.
I'll bet you he's made this recipe before. All right, a little something we're gonna do here. A little bit of olive oil. Nikki's gonna cut some onions. Have you ever had onion jam? Some folks may like it, some folks may not. If you don't use onion jam in this particular recipe, you can try cowboy candy, or you can also do some bacon jam. These are yellow sweet onions. It's a special, special thing, and sometimes it really, really can make a certain recipe.
No, we made this the other day. I was eating it right out of the bowl.
Oh. This is a recipe. I wanted to do it rather quickly, and I wanted to boil it down quick. I needed it for something. And I think this is pretty daggone good for a quick turnaround. I'm talking a quick turnaround. It's a brown sugar balsamic vinegar reduction. And again, you need some yellow sweet onions, which is our favorite. And we got some onion.
And that was like two medium, really.
So while I'm working on these, Nikki is going to begin the process of making homemade ice cream.
And it's 5 ingredients in ice cream. I've
Don't
got
you love it?
Yeah, a cup of sugar, and I went out and stole a couple eggs from the chicken.
She's getting nicer about it, isn't she?
She is. She doesn't mind now if I give her something good to eat. I'm gonna go ahead and get these eggs mixed in with
She was wild. I mean, she would not.
Yes.
Now that she's contained.
Yes, she's a good girl, and she knows I'm not there to get her. I have a cup of vitamin D milk, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream.
Yep. Gotta have the
I
cream.
have heavy whipping cream. And we're just making vanilla ice cream, and that's it. That's the 5 ingredients.
And you can't believe it's one of those things that you think, how can these few ingredients turn into something so pleasant and wonderful?
That's right. And you and I don't have to sit and turn the machine.
Exactly.
Remember as a kid, it took forever to, didn't it?
Oh, it did.
Like you start it in the morning, and it was like it took all day. All right, here's the middle of our ice cream pan, and this I've had in the freezer.
Right.
And all I'm gonna do is pour all of my mixture in here. It came with a little lid, and I'm gonna drop it in here. And it has a little slot that it kind of hooks in so it doesn't go anywhere. It has a twister. Now this little lid will go on top of here, and every ice cream maker is different, and that's what's gonna hold that piece in place for us. We have our top, which we're gonna plug in a minute. But another thing we have to have is I have some rock salt that I bought.
Don't forget the salt.
All right, I'm gonna put a layer of ice. And now we do a little bit of rock salt. You can buy this at the store too. And you gotta have this. This is what makes it freeze up.
Gotta have salt.
Gotta have that rock salt.
So we're just gonna do a little bit of ice, a little bit of salt, a little bit of ice, a little bit of salt.
Just keep layering it, and each machine will tell you what it wants different. All right, this is ready. I'm gonna take this into the atrium and plug it in so it's not loud. How's that?
There you go. Now I like to take some of these onions and let them brown up.
Yummy.
That really gives it that smoky flavor.
Oh yeah.
So a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup balsamic vinegar, get you a good quality balsamic vinegar, and a cup of water.
That's it, isn't it?
Then we're just gonna reduce this down. This is gonna cook for a half hour, 45 minutes. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit, and I'm gonna let that roll. Okay, look at this bacon. Now this is some that we cut smaller to put in smaller bags. We have some bigger pieces. This is for pieces when we do recipes. Now we're gonna cut these off. You know, depending on what you use it for, you can make it as thick as you want it.
How many pieces you want, you think?
I'll tell you what let's do, because it's out and it's ready. Let's go ahead and do quite a few.
Okay.
That way we have it just to snack on for recipes, and a lot of times when it's already done. And we have the best bacon grease.
Yes, we do.
Oh, the smell. You smell that, Nikki?
I do. Everything's smelling so good in here.
Oven is preheated 350.
I always put a cookie tray, one of those cookie, and we're just going to lay the bacon. That way the bacon grease will go underneath and we can save it for later.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. But what, 350 for, watch it, maybe a half hour.
Okay, now look where we're at.
That's looking delicious.
Look at this reduction. Oh, I'm gonna take most of that liquid and bring it to the center. Now, if you wanted to put red pepper flakes in there, you could do that. I'm gonna take just a little bit of our cowboy candy.
Ooh, delicious.
Nikki doesn't like it real hot, but that made such a nice little bit of that turmeric in there.
Yummy. Do you want me to go ahead and start on these?
Yes, and while I'm...
Oh, look how they grew.
Oh, look at that. That's gonna be the one right there.
You want that one?
But look at them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And the English muffins, we're just kind of browning them, probably 3 or 4 minutes on each side, and then we're going to throw them in the oven for a little bit while we're waiting.
Oh man, now we made these extra big because we're working on a sandwich.
These are really big, so I'm going to flip these a couple times.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Those are unique English muffins.
Those are big English
right.
muffins. There's a reason for that.
You ready?
So if a little English muffin is good, what is a big English muffin?
Delish.
Double good. Turn it off.
And this should just about fill a jar.
And a little dabble do you. Oh, it's so good. I just can't tell you. Look at these huge English muffins.
Do a little flip here. Ooh, they're starting to get brown. That's what we want. You know what else we need to do is flip your bacon.
Yep, it's time.
Those are the world's
Look at
biggest.
that. Look at that. World's largest English muffin.
That's right. And you can make them normal size, but
You can. If you want to do like a breakfast bite, but this is our dinner, supper.
it's our
I guess you could
sandwich.
say.
And we're going to let these go in the oven at 350 for about 20, 25 minutes.
All
Makes
right.
the inside will cook that way.
I am, with a back and forth motion, cutting these green tomatoes
And they're perfect.
to this particular length.
Beautiful.
Now there's a certain craze going around, and everybody's saying, oh, you gotta cut your tomato up in little chunks and fry them. No, for me, forever and always, will be a slice. When I have fried green tomatoes,
Yes.
I want them sliced.
Me too.
That's how I like them, period.
Beautiful.
So let me tell you about my fried green tomatoes here. These are gonna be a little bit different for this sandwich. Sometimes I just sit around and think about food.
Yes, you do.
It's kind of our job. So I was thinking, what would make just a wonderful sandwich, just full of complexity, flavors, savory, sweet, all this stuff. And I just dreamed this sandwich. And I thought, okay, I want these tomatoes to have a little crunch and a little flavor. So I'm gonna use some of my, I know it sounds strange, chili seasoning. And I'm gonna put in panko. You thinking panko? Yep,
Yummy.
because I want that crunch and I want this flavor for this particular sandwich. My mouth is watering. I mean, it's seriously, my mouth is watering because of what's getting ready to happen here. So I'm gonna take my fried green tomato, which is not fried yet. I'm gonna put flour in there, equally, make sure you got plenty of flour. Dip it in your buttermilk egg mixture, and you have to make sure that every spot, see how that flour, that dry flour kind of repels that mix? You got to make sure every square inch of that is covered, so when we come to the dry mix, it will adhere to that. Notice I'm leaving that seasoning on the top because I want lots of seasoning. And look what I've got.
Yummy. Perfect.
That goes right there. All right, while we're frying our green tomatoes, Mrs. Farmer is taking out the bacon and the English muffins. Look at these beautiful fried green tomatoes.
Yummy. Those look so good. You can put both of those on one sandwich.
We're gonna take a piece of our beautiful English muffin. We're gonna cut it in half. That's gonna be our sandwich.
Right.
So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some of this bacon that we haven't already eaten. We're gonna lay that on the bottom. We're gonna take some homemade pimento cheese with
Yummy.
jalapenos, a little bit of heat.
And
then you come
sweet.
back, then you come back with this onion jam. Then you have homemade bacon, fried green tomato. If you wanted to put you a big slab of some kind of aioli on there, mayonnaise, you could. But we messed around with this and we found that this particular combination is just beautiful and wonderful. Now look at that. I can't express to you how wonderful this is and how excited I am to eat this.
You are excited.
You know what's funny? Sometimes we'll make something like this and we think, hey, we just came up with this. 2 months later, you'll see it somewhere else on the internet.
Everything's wonderful. Don't you love that bread? Wow.
It takes a minute for all the flavors to start seeping in. First you get, obviously, the bacon taste, and that onion jam starts sinking in, that smoky, beautiful onion jam. Then you get a little bit of the saltiness of the cheese, and then you get that little bit of crunch. Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Well, we don't want to sit here and eat greedily and happily and loudly in front of the camera, so we're going to take care of this, and we're going to come back with dessert. We'll be right back. All right, so now this has been innocently sitting off to the side by itself, not making a
Beautiful.
peep.
That's right.
Now look what we got here.
I'm gonna go ahead and take these pears out.
Now look how they are already kind of beautiful.
They are.
They have absorbed some of that wonderful reduction.
Ooh, and like we said, we could have had 12 of these in here if we wanted.
And I'm telling you, folks, this is magic. This is beautiful. Now we're gonna reduce this sauce down.
And the apples that we made earlier.
And the pecans.
Yep, and the pecans and butter, I've rewarmed them. That's gonna be the base of our dessert. That's how we're gonna build it. So I'm gonna take it and go ahead and, we're just making one to share, right? Or do you want 2 in here?
Maybe we should do 2, because this is kind of special.
We do whatever we want. So I'm just gonna take some of this mixture, put it on the bottom. That one looks pretty nice.
Do a big one and a small one.
Okay, we'll do that.
So there's that.
We'll share.
That's what you like to see right there when you're doing a reduction. That means that that's really working, that sugar's reduced and it's thickening up.
Yummy.
And we're gonna let that set. Now, when that reduces down, you wanna chill it. And we did this earlier for you guys. We work hard for you guys.
That's right.
And so now, Nikki, you know what time it is? It's time for scooping ice cream.
I think
Here
you're
you
right.
go. I got you this dipper ready
Ready?
right here. Fresh pears off the tree, a little bit of cinnamon, pecans, apples,
And look at this ice cream.
homemade ice cream. You gotta be kidding me.
that look
look
beautiful?
at that. Look at that.
I'm excited, I could eat all that.
Let's get some of that out.
I never want store-bought again.
Look at that. Look at that. Are you kidding me?
You got enough? Oh, wow.
Look at this reduction. Look what happens.
I could just eat
You've
that.
got you a beautiful, perfect drizzling sauce. Look at that. And then a few pecans. That, Mrs. Farmer, is a work of art.
Too pretty to eat, you can't eat it.
I'm gonna eat it.
All right.
All right, so I want a little bit of ice cream, a little bit of pear, a little bit of drizzle.
How is it? Wow.
I'll tell you what that is. That's magic. Oh,
Oh, wow.
that is magic.
I feel like a kid again, making ice cream.
Mrs. Farmer,
What?
I've got that wonderful warm feeling like when you've had a really good meal and you want to take a nap. It's too late to
You
take
already
a nap.
had a nap.
I know, I had a nap.
I'm just gonna get this and eat.
But I'm
Just
telling
the
you what,
sauce.
look, this
I just want the
this was
sauce.
just magic. Look
Oh,
at that.
wow.
And that was just kind of a fun thing. Something messing around. We think, how would Raul do it? That's what happens when you learn from somebody who really knows what they're doing. Over the years, you think, how would Grandma Calacarinas do it?
Right.
How would Mom do it? How would Dad do it?
Yeah.
How would Papa Harlow do it?
Exactly. I'm gonna put this in a container.
Oh,
In
absolutely.
a jelly jar. We'll pour that on everything.
Over ice cream. And I hate to tell you this.
What?
Don't be sad.
I'm-
But our half hour is up.
What?
Nope. That being said, if somebody saw these wonderful recipes and said, oh my goodness, Mrs. Farmer, say you're shopping at the 127 yard sale.
Ooh,
And somebody sees you and said, Mrs. Farmer, where can I find those recipes? What would you say?
I'd say timfarmerscountryKitchen.com.
Exactly. And if you'd like to hang out with us on Facebook, we got a lot of friends over there. The only thing that we ask on any of our social media platforms is to be kind. That's the only rule.
Right.
When you're kind, it's contagious and it's
That's
a
right.
wonderful thing. So that being said, Ms. Farmer, it's all about
Good times.
good friends,
Really good eats.
really, 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 really good eats. I'm going to take
I think
this.
I'm just gonna eat this. Is that bad?
Put some more of that drizzle on here.
Okay.
We'll see you next week with Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen is brought to you by Boone Contracting. Dream, design, build. We build your dreams. Lexington. Wilderness Road Hospitality, Stanford, Kentucky. Buck's Grill, cooking for the folks since 2008. Maysville, Kentucky. Ephraim McDowell Medical Center in Danville, Kentucky. A destination soaked in bourbon history, Log Still Distillery. Set against the backdrop of Kentucky's iconic rolling hills in Nelson County.